Alright guys, welcome to another Age of Empires 4 game. We have now Chinese against Byzantines in the color blue. As the Chinese, it is Mentiroso de Aoe. It's the liar of Age of Empires. I don't know where that nickname came from. This is Vortex. And then in the color green, playing as the Byzantines is kiljardi. You gotta go purple when you go Byzantines. Like that's the only way. That's the only way I know. You can't go with Byzantines in any other color that is not purple. That should be a that should be a bannable offense. But anyway, guys, how are you doing? I've been quite busy with work lately. Very busy. That's why I haven't been able to keep up with many stuff. Especially streaming. I haven't been streaming a lot. I think I only streamed one day this week, and the reason for that is that I'm finishing up some projects that are I think they're massive. When I finish them, like life's not gonna be the same. Life is not gonna be the same. So I just need to focus on that for now. Well. But I will come back. I will come back for sure. Probably like in 2 weeks, gonna be streaming again, and hopefully can show you some gameplay as well. But anyway, let's talk about this match: Byzantines against Chinese. Byzantines, you know, they usually like to go fast castle now with the cataphracts. It's a very strong build. Especially now with the other landmark that I almost forget the name because it's almost no one builds it. It's like the cistern of the hill. There you go. So acts as a third cistern, right? And it gives you the ability to use the flask ability to heal those cavalry units. And this got a massive nerf. Now I don't know if it was massive nerf. But it was a nerf, nerfless. And it went from like cooldown from 20 seconds something to 40 seconds, I believe. Something like that. It was like you cannot spam it anymore. But I feel like people still using it. Just because of cataphracts are just so good. And the fact that you go with Keshiks and then heal them is, I think it's just massive, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if we see that. Another thing that Byzantines can do, and I think that's the best thing they can do now, is just to push in the Feudal Age against China. I mean, yeah, they do have the Barbican and everything, but I think a good feudal push with the Byzantines is really good. Like, especially, like, even if things don't go really good on your side, you will still scale your economy because you will try to go some farms. And you have those olive oil, your army will be really good. And even if you fail your push, in the sense that you didn't do as much damage as you wanted, like you can still upgrade your units. You can still have like a really fast castle age even after the push. That's why Byzantines is so scary, because they can just have an army and age up at the same time. It's just nuts. It is just nuts. But we will see. Now, there's been a thing with China that it's been playing a little bit like Sushi, in the sense that they like to go fast castle. Like, the difference is they don't go really fast. Sushi can go for like minute 5, minute 6 at most. They already have the landmark there, and they're already in castle age. China is gonna take some time because they're gonna arrive there with the Song dynasty. Now, the good thing about this is that obviously you are protecting your food, you're protecting your gold, so you kind of have like a safer castle age in a way. Like you don't really, you know, you won't run out of food, or it's like, oh, I don't have units in the castle age, I'm dead. No, because you have this thing. Now, there's been some petition for some people that actually this should be the model that we see for the Barbican. A lot of people haven't seen it yet, but it really just looks beautiful, to be honest. It really looks beautiful. Let me take a screenshot. There you go. But it looks like this. So it's like, they should just rotate it. That will just be amazing, to be honest. Amazing. But they tend to go Castle Age. And probably we will gonna see that. I don't think Vortex is the type of guy that likes to go to TCs. Meanwhile, Kiljardi already have the Mercenary House, and it's gonna be the... It's gonna be the Western Mercenary contract. Interesting. He's gonna go for some Lombos. I thought he was gonna go for some Keshiks. But I guess like that's not a thing anymore. That's not a thing. He has enough olive oil. First batch of Lombos coming, and they still in range of the gold. So Vortex needs to be very careful here. The Lombos can arrive here and they can start denying your gold. Now the good thing about China is that you have the Imperial Academy, so you have more taxes and you can just collect the taxes. Even if you lose access to gold, like your gold income will just be very, very nice. Very, very nice. Now Vortex had the choice of putting this Barbican here, but he decided to protect the foot. So that's like, I'm sacrificing a little bit of the gold to protect the foot. That's fine, I guess. That's fine. I mean, the Lombos can still get in range, but they're just gonna have to walk more. First batch of Lombos already there, and actually we have the Cistern of the Hill here. Like normally you go with this when you go for the Keshik contract, so you can use this ability, right? I don't know how this will work. Like, is he gonna transition to Cataphract? Like, if you make Lombos, you make the opponent make Horsemen, and Cataphracts are really good against it. At the same time, the opponent already have stable, so you really don't have the counter unit. Like, usually what you want is to force the opponent to make Spearmen, so you can make Archers, right? And if you make Lombos, they will make Horsemen, then you make the Barracks, right? To make the counter of the counter, something like that. Like, because he has to go stable. And Astronomical Clock Tower coming really fast for Vortex, actually. It's gonna be aging up faster than Kiljardi. Looks like Lombos won't be able to do any damage here. Villagers reposition here to this side of the Gold Bay. Very, very smart move. And we see the Knights coming through. Now, he's not supervising, probably because he doesn't have the economy to do that. And by the way, I put in the number of villagers here on the top. And usually the first minutes of the game I do that, so you can take a look at the build order. Now, let's go back to income per minute. We need to see how's the economy of these guys. Looks like he will pull back with the Lombos for now. Lancers are already there, and no monastery yet. No monastery. Looks like he cancelled the blacksmith. We're gonna get a monastery soon. Obviously, Kiljardi already can build some monks from the Grand Winery, so he's gonna have the advantage there. It's gonna come down to... It's gonna come down to intersecting those monks with your lancers. For both players. For both players. Look at Vortex is having a good rate here. No wheelbarrow for Kiljardi. Meaning these guys won't be able to get home. Actually get the Akritoi defense. Look at how tanky those Cataphracts are. Gets the gloop. And he's like new. Oh man. That's really something. Look at this sneaky Lancer waiting here. Anyway, first relic already coming for Kiljardi. Looks like he will get another villager. Lombo's already here to scare that Lancer, but he's already doing quite a lot of damage. Look at that rally point. It's gonna go here, and eventually he will come back. And these guys are slow. Let's take a look at Vortex point of view. He needs to make sure he doesn't grab more relics. Kiljardi already have one relic. He's gonna grab another one. She's really good for him. Now he's only putting them on the grind winery. I'm not a big fan of that. I mean, just olive oil. I would rather get gold, to be honest. But, you know, to each its own. To each its own. I already have a Lancer here, so Kiljardi is gonna have a tough time here grabbing this relic. Cataphracts are gonna deal with this Lancer. Now remember, Cataphracts now have the... They don't have a charge, but they have the same move speed as Lancers. So they're gonna be fine. It's like... Kiljardi grabbing this relic. It looks like that didn't happen. Not gonna be able to grab the other one. Already a monk coming for Vortex. I'm gonna grab the relic at the west side of the map. Look at this chunky boys. It's 360 HP. How much do they cost? They do cost a lot, but I think they're still cheap. Considering all the HP that they have and the damage, I think they're okay. I think they're fine in terms of cost. Looks like this relic, Vortex not gonna be able to grab it. Retreat for now. Now, number of Lancers for Vortex have been increasing, but so does Kiljardi, Cataphracts. I already have like 5. 7 Lancer for Vortex, or they're pretty much equal, except that Kiljardi has Lombos. Now, the bad thing about Lombos is their move speed, of course. They don't have the +1 range attack, so they're not gonna do much damage against those Lancers. Especially, Vortex already have the +1 range armor, so they're gonna be more tanky. Lombos not gonna be really effective in this case. Monk arrived late, Vortex grabs this relic. Looks like, never mind. Actually, he knows where the relic is, that's why he's going to follow the monk. I don't know if you know about this, if you rally to the relic, you will follow the relic. No matter if it's like, if the monk grabs it, you still will follow it. Which is really nice. Cataphracts are gonna be able to intersect this monk, but this relic is already pretty much in Vortex base. It's gonna be really hard. Unless maybe Kiljardi can sneak in. Wololo is not gonna work here, and looks like Kiljardi will get away with this relic. Unless Vortex arrives on time, but he has other troubles to worry about. And looks like Kiljardi will get away with this relic. 3 relics for Kiljardi so far. And this Lancer afraid of attacking. The gold working for Kiljardi wonderfully. Oh my god. I think this Lombard is still really good. I think this Lombard is still like quite useful so far. Quite useful. Looks like Vortex is doing that transition for crossbows, which I like a lot, especially because Kiljardi is still focusing on Cataphracts. The problem is gonna be those Lombos. Like, you have Lancers, but you need a Lancers to kill the Cataphracts, to tank the damage at least. And all this time, Vortex has been... Oh my god. Vortex has killed 20 villagers. I don't know when that happened. How come I didn't see this? Oh god. Huge raid happening here. More 24 villagers so far, and even without losing villagers, Vortex is on Song Dynasty. So he really doesn't need to go for a second town center. He really don't need to. If anything, he can... At this point, going for a second town center doesn't really worth it. No +1 range attack for these Lombos. So that you can see they're not doing much damage. It's like... They're like paper units. Even with 17 of them, it's not that many. It's gonna be really useful against this crossbow mass. And it looks like there's gonna be quite an engagement here. Kiljardi moving the whole army. And he's mining some stone. Or maybe he's gathering just passively. Maybe he's thinking about a second town center, because you really need a second town center if you lose 20 villages. In fact, I will argue you don't need second town center, you need a third town center in this case. But let's see if this army composition is as good as it looks like. Lombos should be able to take care of the crossbows. Cataphracts gonna be dealing with those lancers. Very nice micro coming for Kiljardi here. Crossbow mass decreasing for Vortex. The cataphracts are so tanky. Looks like as soon as the cataphracts are gone, like there's nothing Kiljardi can do. Maybe it's the lacking of +1 range armor. Look at all these lombos cannot kill a crossbow. Oh man. Actually, this building flask you can use it with anyone. I thought it was only cavalry for a moment. It's like, wait, what? Looks like Kiljardi will just lose his lombos now. Second town center already here. And he does have enough stone for a third one. Looks like he may want to go for a third one here. We will see. The problem is Vortex cannot really finish the game because he just lost a mass army here. Like, the best thing he can do is raiding, and I guess that's something he has been doing really good. Just raiding the whole time. Gotta be careful with this wall. Oh my god. It looks like Vortex going for a second town center here. Next to the deer pack. I like this, to be honest. It's like you don't necessarily need to put it next to your main town center just because you're losing the taxes. Sometimes you just want a safe spot to gather food really fast. And that's the ideal place, but sometimes you don't have it. Sometimes you just don't have it. Kiljardi should be able to catch up, but not anymore with the second town center here. Vortex has pretty much secured his economic lead, having a second town center, no matter what happens. And looks like he's gonna stick with crossbow and lancer, which, you know, so far it's working. Kiljardi has been focusing on lombos and cataphracts, and in theory it should work, but I think it's the lack of upgrades. Like, these guys already have +2 range armor. Like, +1 range attack just coming for Kiljardi. You can tell, like, his economy is not really looking good. Like, 36 villagers, not enough. The only reason he has some army now, the only reason he has 10, 11 in total and not 1 is because of the olive oil. Look at this guy. Man, if there's something I want to learn from this match, you gotta raid more. You gotta raid the whole time. Look at this. Like, even like this is just idle time. And -1 villager once again. And splitting those lancers. It's just so annoying. It's just so annoying. Slow but steady, Vortex having a decent army here. Looks like he will find the villager here in the berries at the bottom. Now these lombos do have +1 range attack, but Vortex this time has +2 range armor, so it's gonna be the same. Oh my god, there was an opening here. So a cataphracts came here to raid, but looks like he didn't kill many villagers. The wolf's gonna do the work instead. It's like, I'm gonna show you how it's done. What, third town center coming for Kiljardi. He needs a fast recovery. Now with 3 TCs, he's ahead. I mean, he's not ahead now, but in the future he will. He just needs to hold. But I think Vortex is not the type of guy who likes to wait. keep. Gonna be putting here next to the stone. Looks like he will just go for it. That's a lot of lancers. Plenty of crossbows. Plus 2 range armor already there for him, so he can deep dive. Looks like he will pull back for now. Maybe thinking about a siege or something. These lancers can actually take this down. Lombos are already there. Gonna be using those lancers as the front line. Look at this. More lancers coming here, just in case. Crossbows almost one-shotting those cataphracts. Kiljardi not really having a good day here. Shall we say, already coming for Vortex. Right from the Clockwork Tower. And I don't see a way Kiljardi can get away with this one. He just have so very few villagers. And he just lost the whole army once again. Vortex already camping the foot. And Kiljardi taps out. Well played by these two guys. I hope you enjoyed this game. And if you do, I'll see you in the next one. Subscribe or nothing will happen actually. Nothing will happen.